So what we're going to do today is we're going to stain sections of our fresh artery and also sections of our decelled artery. And these have already been mounted on slides for you by the TAs. So we're going to follow this protocol. This is where you will start. So first you deparaffinize and dehydrate. So you take your slides and just dip it 10 times in the xylene. Then you take your slides and then put them in this second thing of xylene, and you leave it in there for 5 minutes. Okay, it's been 5 minutes, so now we're going to dehydrate them in the ethanol. So you do 10 dips in 100% ethanol. And then you let it sit in the second jar for 1 minute. And now we'll do 10 dips in 95% ethanol. And then we will let this sit in ethanol, the ethanol for 1 minute and set the timer. It's been 1 minute, so now we will put it in tap water for 30 seconds. It's been 30 seconds, so now we will move it to the distilled water and let it sit in there for 1 minute. Now we will move to the hematoxylin, which is an actual stain now that our tissues have been deparaffinized. And we will let it sit in the hematoxylin for 5 minutes. It's been 5 minutes, so now we will take our slides and put them in tap water. And we will put it in the tap water for 30 seconds. It's been 30 seconds, so now we will dip it in the clarifier. And we will dip it 4 times. You will go straight to the bluing, and you will put it in the bluing for 1 minute. So now that it's been 1 minute, we will wash again in water. And we will leave it in the water for 1 minute, and you can set the timer. It's been 1 minute, so now we will move to 95% ethanol. And then we will dip this 10 times. And then we will move to the eosin, and we will let this sit in here for 45 seconds. So it's been 45 seconds, and now we will go back to ethanol, and we will do 10 dips. And then we move to the next one, dip 10 times. Move to the 100%, dip 10 times. And then dip 10 times in the second 100%. And then in its third 100%, you will let it sit. So it's been 2 minutes, and now we will dip it in the xylene 10 times. And then you will let it sit in this xylene for 5 minutes. It's been 5 minutes, and now your slides are all stained with H&E stain. And then what you'll do next is you will take your slide, make sure you have a cover slip ready to go. You'll use this mounting media to mount the cover slip on your slide. Make sure you have it facing the right way. The right way is where the words are labeled, the D cell. And just put a couple of drops on here. Take the cover slip, line it at the bottom, and then slowly drop it. And then you can kind of press it to push the mounting media up, making sure that it covers the artery sections, and there should be no bubbles. So this is the H&E stain of a fresh artery, and the eosin is the pink stain that you see there. It stains the cytoplasm and surrounding tissues, and those purple spots that you see is stained with the hematoxylin, and that stains the nuclei of the cells. And you can see that this is smooth muscle and that there is elongated type cells here. So here is a section of a D-celled artery, and you can see that all you see is the pink tissue, but you don't see any of the purple nuclei. So for the Gamoris, we will take our fresh and D-celled artery sections and deparaffinize and dehydrate like with the H&E. So 10 dips in the xylene. And then you will put it in the xylene for 5 minutes and set the timer. Now we will take our slides and put them in 100% ethanol, dipping 10 times. And then we will move them to the second 100% ethanol and let it sit for 1 minute. So now we will take them and put them in 95%, 10 dips. And then put them in the second 95% for 1 minute. So then you will take it out to 95% and then just dip it in the water. After you rinse it in the water, you will take it and put it in this buoyance, and we will let this sit for an hour in the oven. So we took it out the buoyance and put it in a new container, and we're letting it run under the tap water for 3 minutes. It's been running for 3 minutes. So then we will take out this and bring it back into the fume. So now you will take your slides and put them in the iron hematoxylin for 10 minutes. It's been 10 minutes, so now we will go ahead and take our slides and put them in the Gamori's one-step trichrome for 15 minutes. It's been 15 minutes, so now we will take our slides and put them into the acetic acid for 2 minutes. We'll go ahead and take our slides and put them in the water, making sure they're thoroughly rinsed off. And we will dehydrate and clear in the xylene. So 10 dips and then 95%, and then 10 more dips. And then 95%, 10 dips in the 100%. Ten more dips in 100%. And then you will let it sit in this 100% for 2 minutes. Now we will do 10 dips in the xylene. And then 5 minutes in the second container of xylene. So it's been 5 minutes. Now we will go ahead and mount our slides mount them with the cover slip. So just like we did with the H&E slides, we'll take our slide, making sure it's the right side up. Put a couple of drops of the mounting media on there. Take your cover slip, line it with the bottom, and slowly drop it. And watch it spread, pushing a little to help, making sure there are no air bubbles. This is our fresh artery, and with the trichrome stain, the nuclei are stained a black color, the collagen is stained a blue color, and the muscle fibers are supposed to be stained red. You don't really see any red here, but you do see there's a bunch of blue. So there's a bunch of collagen, and the black dots that you see are the nuclei. So this just shows you the structure of the arteries. This is a decelled artery, and you can see that as before where we saw lots of black dots with the nuclei, we don't see that here, and we can still see the blue stain, meaning that our collagen is still intact.